Hello Cancers, and thank you so much for tuning in for your May of 2022 Psychic Tarot reading with Animal Totem. This is Vickie Verlie, the Rock and Roll Prophetess, and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. Okay, so this is the cards we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Rock and Roll Tarot deck for the initial Celtic cross spread. Then we're going to throw cards on top of it in a different part of the reading from the Hanson Roberts deck. Then we're also going to pull an animal totem for you from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards, which are also my own creation. If you are a level 2 Patreon supporter, we're going to be pulling some additional cards from the Light Seer Tarot. So it's going to be a lot to look at. This is a really big month astrologically because, let me pull out the paper real quickly. We've got, the first eclipse was technically on April, the very last day of April, but the energetic influence is really going to start into May and beyond. So we've got that eclipse, a new moon eclipse on the 30th, leading right into the 1st, and then we've got a full moon lunar eclipse on the 16th, and then another big thing that's happening is Jupiter is moving into Aries. This is another month where we've got all this astrology going on. So here's you. You're a Cancer, and whether this what I'm going to tell you right now will apply no matter what, if you're Cancer rising moon or whatever, because even if you're Cancer rising, it's your first house. If it's your sun, you know, it could affect you in a lot of different ways. Okay, so here we go. The first round of eclipses are in Earth and Water sign. They're going to be in Taurus and Scorpio. So that's both cases very harmonious with you. These are energies that you can co-create with. These are energies that you can work with and to really manifest your reality, especially technically April 30th, that very first new moon eclipse in Taurus. And then the full moon eclipse in Scorpio, that's a direct trine to you. So this is a trine and a sextile, really nice energy. So this is, you could really release some things. With the Scorpio energy, it can be like that Pluto, these things that are underground or you're not really sure of, or you know, that bubble up from the underworld or bubble up like from your subconscious mind even. And this is a powerful time to release them and let them go. Now, the other thing that's happening on the 10th is Jupiter's been in Pisces since like late last year, and it's moving over into Aries. Now, it was nice while it was in Pisces, it was trining with you, but now it's going to be in the square because it's part of the cardinal cross. Aries is part of the cardinal cross, and so are you. So the cardinal cross consists of Cancer, Capricorn, Aries, and Libra. And when the sun moves past these different cardinal cross points, this is when the seasons change. So the fact that Jupiter is moving across this threshold and also moving into the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, it's very powerful to have new beginnings at this time. And you, because it is a square aspect, sometimes squares are what you needed. The guides are showing me lighting a fire under your feet or under your butt, and Aries is a fire sign. Sometimes that can be, because a lot of times we're walking along in life, it's like, yeah, I need to make a change, and then, you know, you come up against something, even in, you know, eclipse season, and then you're like, okay, now I've got to make a change, what am I going to do? And that's the universe's way of kind of nudging you, just nudging you a little bit down along your path. So that is also very powerful. All right, so let's get into doing the card reading now. Initially, I'm going to start with the Celtic cross. Alrighty, let's do the Celtic cross, and this is for a Cancer, Sun, Rising, Moon, or anyone with predominant, you know, Cancer placements in their chart. If you don't understand what I mean by that, I do have also on my website, it'll direct you to, I have a little course on that. It's very affordable. Helps you understand all that stuff. Alright, let's get into our Cancer reading for May of 2022. I will be reading all the cards in the upright position. If you see anything that really stands out to you, or the color, or the shape, or it's like it's moving around, this is the universe's way of attracting your attention, and you should really pay attention to that word or zoom in on that, you know, hone in on what they're trying to show you. Don't ignore that, because that's something that you can really get a personal message in this collective reading. You know, I don't know how this card has been out so much. You know, it's struggle, it's arguments. It could be, you know, it's friction. It may be that square is going to throw you into some friction. But it's also like competition. In your case, it does look like, I mean, it looks like it's competition for some kind of a job or some kind of a money thing. You know, we start out with Pentacle, 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 right in a row. Six of Pentacles looks like you're getting the money. You're getting some sort of money. Some of you, this might be through some kind of a grant, a loan, a nonprofit, you know, some kind of big organization like this, or not a timeshare. What's that word they're trying to come? Not sharecropper. What do you call it? It's not a bank. It's that other place that lends money. Credit union, like a credit union. That's what. But some of those other words that came out, those could be relevant for some of you out there. But at any rate, it does look like you're going to be getting money, and you're ready to leave behind some things from the past. There was a lot of competition, but it looks like you could absolutely come out on top. You may have been thinking that you weren't going to get it because it looks like the Emperor crosses you. So when something crosses you, this often will indicate that it's an obstacle. You know, it's crossing you from moving forward or getting where you want to be, or, you know, whatever the case may be. What's I going to say about it? I had another thought. Oh, I think I might have lost it. Well, just, you know, some of you might be somebody at a job that you're tired of putting up with their crap, like your boss or somebody. Oh, this is what I was going to say. In some cases, for somebody out there, I feel like this group, you know who the group is. Like it's the judging group. Like you know who's going to be judging this or making that thing. And you're thinking, well, that one, they'll never pick me. They hate me, you know. Or maybe even some of you might be running for some kind of an election thing. And maybe there's one person, it seems like, that you're like, oh, that one's going to be a problem, you know. Not as big a problem as you think. That's what I want to tell you. Because it looks like it all goes through here. You have a soulmate in the Knight of Swords. Now, in my readings, there's no gender. It's gender neutral. So this could just be anybody, even though it's representing as male in the cards here. Okay, so the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Well, guess what? After the 20th, we are going to be going into the sign of Gemini. So it could be on or around that time frame, or at the end of the month. And then at the very end of the month, there's going to be a full moon in Gemini. I think it's a full moon. Excuse me, no, I was corrected. New moon in Gemini, sorry. I had the cards over here on top of all my astrology notes because there's so many astrology notes. I had to write them all down. But anyways, so soulmate in the time of Gemini, possibly around that new moon at the very end of the month in Gemini. Or, you know, it could be any of the air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But they're on your side, and they're fighting for you. Now, a soulmate, while it can be a romantic relationship, does not necessarily always have to be a romantic relationship. This soulmate, you have soulmates in all walks of life that can help you, you know, with this getting of this money and getting this job. That's what it really feels like. So Ace of Pentacles, new beginning, leading right into the Nine of Pentacles. You in the driver's seat, you being financially secure and established. Final outcome for this portion of the reading, we've got the Temperance card. So the Temperance card talks about things are in balance. It's co-creating with your higher source, co-creating with the universe working with you to bring in these kind of things that you're really wanting in life, that you're really trying to manifest. And I'll tell you what, during the time of the eclipses, it's not always about what you want. It's about what the universe wants to give you. So that's like when people say you're doing affirmations. This is a really common old school one. It's like, I want to get blah, 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 or something better. You know, so don't limit it to your limited scope of reality, because from the universe's, you know, the higher sources, they can see all. Or maybe not all, but they definitely see more than we do in our 3D reality, you know. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this shuffle on for our, I was going to say Scorpio friends of all things. Of course we're doing Cancer. I don't know why I wanted to say Scorpio. You are a water sign, so you're going to represent, we're going to look for you in the cards. You're going to either be the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, or not the Page, excuse me, Knight, Queen, or King of Cups. So whichever one shows up first, regardless of gender, that's going to be the card that represents you. Okay, what is going on for our Cancers as we roll into May of 2022? I'm going to pull all the cards, and I'll tell your wish is coming true. Now, I won't be talking about every single card that comes out here, because we're looking for you, but same things apply. There's that Five of Rods again. You know, and there you are, too. That's your card. Oh, Cancer. What am I thinking? Same thing applies. I'm going to stop flipping and tell you this point. If anything stands out to you, any of these cards, definitely take them into account. You know, even if I don't particularly talk about them or mention them, because I probably won't be talking about every single one of them. These seem to be, I'm going to turn it this way, maybe it'll be easier. There we go. They'll seem to be kind of going in one direction. So again, we're looking for the Knight, Queen, or King of Cups. That represents you. And then we're going to examine, see what surrounds you. This is a way to see what surrounds you. Okay, here you are. You're showing up as the Queen of Cups. And I'm going to zoom in so it's make it a little clearer. Just give me a chance because I want to throw some cards below you as well. Okay. All right, I'm going to zoom in so we can have a clearer, hopefully a little bit of a clearer understanding of what's going on here. Move this a little then. Yeah, hopefully that's better. Just a tinge too much. Oh, there we go. So, here you are. You showed up as the Queen of Swords. So we're going to consider the cards around you. And we can't help but notice, I mean, this didn't show in the very first reading, but look at this Ten of Swords, the Devil, the Tower. I mean, there definitely seems to be some tumultuous energy that was going on. I think that a lot of it had to say, it's funny that I said, there you are. I think, didn't I say there you are? This card really grabbed me. You know, it just really grabbed me. Air sign energy, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. And you have this soulmate over here. So for some of you, this might be your partner. This might be the owner of the company that you worked for even. Maybe they're going under, but they'll say, hey, I'll give you a good reference. I feel like it's more there. This is more about what's happening to them. But are you affected by it? Yes. Are you concerned about it? Yes. But justice is going to be done here. Another thing is, if you are involved in some kind of heavy stuff here, the King of Swords can sometimes be a lawyer or somebody, especially when he shows up right by the Justice card like that. So, and this could be like the jury, or it's funny I said jury. I was trying to say lawyer and judge. I mean, maybe some of you would be involved in a jury trial. That's not the strongest thing, but sometimes when I stumble and say the wrong thing, it's actually, you know, it's the right thing for somebody out there. But anyways, here you are. You seem to be, you're right here with the Emperor. So I feel like there's like a safety, like an aura or even a bubble of safety around this thing here. And then with the Justice card over here. I think like you're going to be okay through this. The Emperor will see to that. The Emperor is making the rules and making the decisions and all that. And he will see to it that you are going to be okay. It does look like there is some money coming, and it's involving some other people. You're going to be doing some work together. I feel like some of it is paid work, but some of it's not paid at this time, like you're building towards the next phase of your life, which, you know, could be a lot of things. Like you play music, you know, you get in a band, you have to rehearse and everything before you play out or whatever you're going to do, tour, before you start making the money. Unless it's a big act, they pay you to rehearse, but most times it's just you're just doing that on your own time. Or if you're going to start a business, maybe there's a lot of prep work. You're doing your website, so you're doing a lot of work. Maybe some of it's paid, and maybe some of it's not, but it's all going toward building this thing for the future, whatever that may be. So it's eclipse season. I'm not surprised really to see some of these cards that have shown out, but again, I just feel like a real shield of protection around you. And under the cloak of the Emperor is the word. Like he's taking you under his wing or under his cloak. They really want to come through with that term, cloak. I had so many decks here. I'm losing my mind. Here we go. Animal totem time. Okay, Cancers. Let's get your animal totem going here. This could be the square in the astrology that I was talking about right off the bat there. All right, let's see here. What's our animal totem for? Libra. Why did I say Libra? Well, I think I said Libra because of the square, The square, the cardinal cross, cross from the Aries is the Libra, but also Libra scales of justice and that. But there could be some relevance to Libra for somebody out there. But we're actually forced doing our Cancerian, Cancer, Moonchild, animal totem. I want to tell you guys something. You got the deer, which means gentle, but I want to tell you guys something before I forget it or it goes away. I was looking down at this card, and this mountain really stood out to me. Now, it could be because it's white. I mean, it could be like maybe you're going to be in Alaska or somewhere where they have those big glaciers and stuff like that. But for what it really reminded me of was like the rocks you see out west, like in Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, those kind of things. So some of you may be traveling out there, but the coloring's different, of course. But that mountain really stood out to me for some of you. It's going to be relevant for somebody out there. All right, so you got the deer as the animal totem. So that's gentle, peaceful, sensitive soul. Loving persuasions realizes desires. Pay attention to your surroundings, ready to act in an instant. Quiet introspect reveals the answers you seek. Yeah, and I feel that quiet introspect, I feel that here. I feel like just stick here where you're safe. There's going to be potentially a lot of stuff, maybe even chaotic stuff going on out around you. But if you just stay in your protective shield with the Emperor, follow the Emperor's advice, because the Emperor's going to give you good advice throughout this thing too, if that's what that relationship is. Stay, listen to that, and you're going to be all right. It's not a time to be, deer is real gentle and kind of quiet. It's not a time to be brass and out. It's a time to be inward and solemn, even, because you even have here they're telling you, I looked over here, you even have the Emperor. I keep wanting to call this the Emperor all day long, the Hermit. You even have the Hermit. And when I looked over and saw that, I heard stay out of it. They're telling you stay out of it. It's not your concern. Well, it might be your concern, but you're better off just staying out of it and let things run their course, okay? I might put stay out of it or let it run its course. Let me write that down here, stay out of it. That might be your headline. I'm sorry, I have to write it down or I'll forget it. Stay out of it, or let it run its course. Because it will run its course. I do feel like that is the thing. Let it run its course. You're going to be protected, or you'll be protected. That could be a good headline. You're protected. And I do feel that very strong. That comes through very strong. And it's through the power of the Emperor here that you are protected. You could maybe you have friends in high places as it goes. Maybe you just have friends in high places or somebody that can help you. If that's the case, I would absolutely turn to them at this time. All right, before we go, I just want to real quickly, I'm so excited that my album is out. It came out on April 12th, and I wanted to share it with you. This is the album cover. If that stuff would go away, there we go. It's called Low Key, because it is low key. It's really mellow. It's very spiritual music. It's very, it's great to play for creativity. It's instrumental, and it's like a little play on words because that's the lowest key on the piano too in there. I thought that was kind of cute. But this is the album cover. It's really only like a little bit over 30 minutes long. I was actually planning on it being an EP, but I guess if it's over 30 minutes, it's classified as an album. So it is an album. It's new age instrumental music with a hint of rock in there, of course, because I'm playing it. It's got to have a little bit of rock in there. But I hope that you'll give it a listen. It costs you nothing. I know a lot of people are, having with the inflation and the gas prices and everything else. But these are things that cost absolutely nothing, like liking, sharing, commenting. If you like the music, give it a listen. Add it to a playlist. Add it to your favorites. Something along those lines. That would really be so appreciated. And I do appreciate everything that you do to help my channel, and by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. It all helps me so much. Purchasing my wares, which I do have all sorts of things, books, decks. I get the featured readings. I don't think I mentioned it, but I do have the 2 featured readings with the Eclipse reading. And then a new psychic soulmate reading, looking at the past lives of 2 different people together. So I've been having a lot of fun with that one, and the people who have been ordering it are really enjoying those soulmate readings. So if any of that interests you, please do check it out. Otherwise, I wish you just the best month ever. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.